Hey, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen, and I want to thank you for being here, and I hope you'll stick around, and more than that, I hope you will find some answers to your question here. The question being, how do they remember you? I've got 3 energy groups here we're going to look into, and you know, I hope you're in there somewhere and get some answers. I know how it is. So I'd like to introduce you to these. I've got 3 different decks on the table and some crystal stones I'd like to introduce you to, and I have secret song lyrics from my psychic radio cards, which I'm going to use even more of farther in. And I will probably look at cosmic laws for another vibe. The first group is this deck that I love. And I hope I don't botch the pronunciation, but it's Tarot de CARLOTYDES, I believe. And it's pyrite is your stone. Pyrite. Number 2 is MUSE with labradorite. And number 3, we're using the it's Tarot de los Tres Dios, I think. El Dios de los Tres. Goodness, that's not my language, Spanish. But anyway, this is lemon quartz. It's a lemon quartz point. And I've got it here. Yeah, don't mind my Spanish. I only know a little Spanglish, you know? All right, so I'm gonna insert a still. I was contemplating showing these song lyrics first, but I'm gonna wait until we get into the reading because I don't want to spoil it. I want you to feel your group, and then we'll see. All right, see you there. Okay, hey, number 1 with the pyrite and the CARLOTYDES. Hope I'm saying that right. I really love this deck. I want to tell you what the lyric is, and we'll get more later, but just, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like if it's there going in, you may receive like an intuitive confirmation right then and there and just be like, yes, this is definitely going to be my reading. And it's, I don't know, I just like this kind of stuff. But the lyric that came through is Crawling Back to You from Arctic Monkeys. I think it's called Do I Want to Know? But anyway, crawling back to you. What's up, right? Okay. Yeah, there will be more. There will be more. I want to get into what or how this person on your mind is remembering you. Okay? Pyrite 1. Pyrite 1. Okay. Pyrite 1. How is the person on Pyrite 1's mind remembering them? How are they remembered by the person on their mind? Number 1, Pyrite. How the person on their mind is remembering them. We have, it's the Knave of Pentacles, so the page. How is the person on Pyrite's mind remembering them? 4 of Cups. The person on Pyrite's mind. How they remember. Tower. All right. We have the Page of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and Tower. Okay, I believe they are remembering you with some fondness and some sadness. And then to take it a step further, there's a Tower, man. Like, this person, you came into their lives and brought with you a lot of optimism and hope, a lot of like this great sort of fresh sense of being able to do something and make something happen and establish something real, you know, like there's this real sense of something being what's the best way to put this, like kind of liberating, you know, like kind of like this like, I guess just optimistic is the real gist of what I'm trying to say here. And then like, and then there's this, they're remembering you with this sort of like disappointment, this sadness, like this sort of so sad that it couldn't be type of thing for whatever reason. And then the Tower, you rocked their world, and something happened that it caused you to part, it seems like, forever, in whatever way that is happening for you two. It was a real disruption in their world. There was a very radical change for them to experience, like this like shift in what they were feeling and what they were hoping. Okay. Tell me more about how Pyrite's person is remembering them. The Fool. More about how Pyrite's person is remembering them. The Lovers. Okay. There was definitely, it feels like they're remembering the good. They're remembering the best parts. Whatever went down between you, if there was rocky stuff, which may show up at some point here, they are focused especially or primarily remembering how exciting it was to set off on this new adventure with you. That's Fool energy, like just like this new start of something that really felt like it had a promise of longevity, or was going to bring like a whole new sort of view of life in the world to them. Like they were really, like I said, optimistic with you. Like there was this feeling of just like going for it, you know. And then like the Lovers, like there was definitely like a bond, like a real bond. These are majors, and this is just telling me that like your presence in this person's life has been or was like pretty significant to them. Like you're not just, you know, something that kind of came and went, like something that kind of stuck around emotionally for them and stuck around in their brain. Pyrite's person, how are they remembering number 1 Pyrite? We have the 3 of Cups. Like I said, they're really focused on the good times. How are they remembering? Seven of Pentacles. There's that potential and that growth that they're still remembering. Oh, oof, let me try that again. Two of Swords. Okay. So yeah, like I said before, it feels like they're remembering you quite fondly, and they're remembering the good times. They're focused more like primarily on the good times. Like I said, like, I don't know, you know, what sort of like rocky spots you may have had, but this person is definitely more remembering and more focusing on the good times and probably missing the friendship. You know, I would just say that, that's a pretty natural thing to do when you genuinely care about someone that you've lost, is to remember the good parts. And sometimes we forget the bad. Like they say that about like childbirth. They're like, the only reason we still have people having babies is because women forget how horrible it is. I mean, that's just me explaining like what I mean about how we remember things fondly, but sometimes we don't. But like this person remembers you fondly. Seven of Pentacles speaking to me about, like, you know, they're remembering that feeling of potential, that optimism that I spoke about. They're feeling like, you know, the investment that they had started to make. They're remembering like what that was like. And then the Two of Swords tells me that they're definitely well aware and maybe going over and over and rehashing a choice that was made. And I don't know if it was their choice or yours, but let's hear some more about this. This Pyrite's person remembering them. Let me ask specifically about these cards. Let me get companion cards for the Three of Cups. Tell me more about this Three of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they're feeling the real loss of these good times with you that they had, and like I said, the loss of the friendship. That's confirmation there. Like they're feeling the, you know, really, yeah, the loss of the friendship. Couldn't be really any more clear than that. And for the Seven of Pentacles, can I have a companion for this one to talk about Seven of Pentacles a little bit more? The feeling, whoa, how they're feeling related to this, that optimism, that potential, that investment that was happening. And we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there was a real attached to that feeling of optimism and investment and potential that they had with you is this Queen of Wands. And I believe that, you know, you don't have to be female, but that's really how they see you, as like, you know, being this really what's the, oh my god, I just lost the word. It was right there in my brain. Like compelling. Like this, you have this real attraction, and they kind of just, they felt it. They were pulled to you, dramatically pulled to you, and they knew deep down that you were the type of person who makes shit happen and you know, goes for what you want, and that you have a lot of charisma, and that people respond to you, and that you're probably going to make all your dreams come true. You're very inspired and possibly creative. You may be a little witchy. Crawling back to you, they feel almost like, you know, almost under your spell. And as far as like, you know, speaking about this potential, yeah, like they just, they feel a sense of missing out on that, and that it's a shame is what I get. That is gone from their life. Maybe it's gone, maybe it's not, I don't know. And this Two of Swords, let me ask for more about how they're remembering this, I want to say decision or choice, but it's more like how they're remembering the indecision. And it's Six of Cups, just with memories. Like whatever happened, whatever choices were made in your relationship, they are going over and over and over whether or not it was the right choice. And it sounds like to me that maybe it had to do with them making that choice. They may have made a choice that they're just like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? Yeah, Six of Cups is the remembering card, and Two of Swords, that choice, asking about it. Yeah, they're going over it and over it, and I think they're really ruminating on whether or not they made the right choice. Okay, and tell me more about how Pyrite's person is remembering them. What are they remembering about this connection? As in, specific memories. Specific memories this person is having. Got the Sun. Okay. I asked for specific memories, so I want to give you something very specific, which of course is going to probably interfere with this being a general reading. But getting the Sun here, they are remembering something that happened between you that was especially profound and just blissful, like something that was, there's a lot of positivity that they feel when remembering you, and I sense that they're remembering a time. They remember a time specifically when they looked at you and you were like really, I don't want to say like made up, like you were really like put together, maybe dressed for a special occasion, or it could even be a photograph. Quite honestly, it could be a photograph or in person. One image that they have of you where you are absolutely stunning to them, and it's the image that they keep in their mind and how they see you in your memories. They specifically just see you as like their epitome of a dream, like the what they're attracted to, like checking all the boxes, like physically attractive. And it, you know, Sun doesn't have to be always about attraction, but that's what I'm getting. And I am pulling on that Leo vibe. That's definitely a vein kind of like Leos are stylish and want to be attractive, and you know, have a healthy ego. So like, yeah, let's I wouldn't be able to pull apart like an actual specific memory, you know, for any one person in this group, but I definitely feel a very strong image has stuck with them of you looking just delicious. And this could go, this could be a, you know, male, female person, it's irrelevant. Just really beautiful and or handsome or whatever you're comfortable with, and like just very just gorgeous, like gorgeousness, like radiance. They just remember this image of you, like whether it was in person or a phone photo, I want to say, like a photo they have on their phone possibly that they look at over and over and over, and they remember that. All right, let me look at another very specific memory this person is having. Another specific memory a Pyrite's person is having of them. 8 of Cups. This is about the last time they saw you. And it makes them feel really sad. And I think that it was a sad moment. It was a sad time. And having to walk away from each other, or, you know, them having to walk away from you, or you having to walk away with them, or whatever, whichever was happening, they're remembering the last time they saw you and when you parted ways from each other, and just this sudden like lack, like the sudden emptiness, the sudden just sadness, like a wash of sadness, like a wave. And then in that, this little hope that they held on to from that moment, this little piece that they tucked away, that they haven't let go of or forgotten, or that they're holding on to still, this sadness. And it's a very sorrow. They're sorry about it. They're sorry about what happened and how that happened, and it was the last time they saw you. And there's a part of me that feels like they don't think it's the last time. They hope it's not the last time that you'll see each other. They kind of held on to it for that very reason, whether they're even aware on a conscious level. All right. I'm gonna get one more about how they're feeling about you. This pirate's person really feeling now. Oh, 9 of Swords. Now, this person is really not okay. Like, they're not okay. This whole situation has kind of torn them apart. It's been very difficult. They've really gone over and over about this choice. Like I said, that 2 of Swords, and remembering it and still wonder if it was the right thing to do. And they focus on that sadness. And they remember all this good stuff about you, and they're like, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. This reading isn't designed to look at more than that. And I am the creator of this reading, but I want to respect what I'm looking for today and not ask too very much. But what I would like to do at this point is just get a vibe on how your connection remains in their memory. How does this connection remain in their memory? We have allies. They really feel that you're cut from the same cloth, and that you're like friends under it all. Like, there's all this beautiful attraction and love, but really they don't want to lose you from their lives. They hold you in their memory, this connection in their memory, as something very like kindred and right, like something something that was good, like you against the world kind of good, you know. And one more for how they hold the memory of this connection. How does Pirate's person hold the memory of this connection? Intuition. They may feel that you are connected in a deeper level and able to feel each other to a degree. They feel like they're waiting for signs to maybe reopen this knowing each other better, or what to do from this point forward. So I want to get you more lyrics, because we got Crawling Back to You, which, you know, you can take that how you feel. Like, if that's a song you like, if that song has reminded you of this connection in any way, or was relevant in your connection in any way. It's Arctic Monkeys, and it's about Do I Want to Know? Like, and it definitely, I would say that song speaks of regret. So let's see what else. What kind of songs are on the psychic radio when it comes to how Pirate's person is remembering them? Ooh, okay. Is it too late now to say sorry? I think that's Justin Bieber. Yes, I made the cards, but no, I don't know everything. I just hear the radio. Psychic radio. What's another lyric on the psychic radio with a message about how Pyrite's person remembers them? Have mercy on me, take it easy on my heart. And one more. How Pyrite's person is remembering them. Psychic radio. And baby, even on our worst nights, I'm into you. That's Paramore, right? Oh, have mercy on me, take it easy on my heart is Shawn Mendes. And baby, even on our worst nights, I'm into you, which is Paramore. Yeah, so, you know, if one of those is something that is significant to you, you know the song, it's familiar, and you, it's relevant to you, then there's your confirmations, your reading. Another thing, though, is like just even the lyrics alone can mean something to you, even if you aren't familiar with the song. So that's what I wanted to offer you. So that's it. There you have it. This is your cute little reading on how this person remembers you. It's really sweet and sad. Do with that what you will. And please come back and see me again. Thank you. Hey, group 2. I forgot to tell group 1, but you, number 2 and number 1, are using my son's little stones. This labradorite is his, as well as the pyrite in the last one, which is just, to me, like, really sweet. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So we're looking at how the person on your mind is remembering you, how they remember you. This is the card. I've already forgotten what it was. This is your lyric, which may immediately tell you something about whether or not, you know, there's something happening in this reading for you. I don't think this lyric should sway you because there's more and there will be more lyrics later. But maybe it'll be like, oh yeah, that's us. This is it. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. Okay, so what is it? You want me to forget, pretend we never met. You want me to forget, pretend we never met. I can't remember whose song that is. I have a weird brain. That's all I have to say. I remember a lot of things, but not how they work. Just, you know the song. I know you do. What is that song? It's an old one, like the Supremes or something. Oh, is it Baby, Where Did Our Love Go? Oh, so maybe that's relevant to you. Okay. Two, labradorite. How is labradorite, this person, remembering them? How is number 2, our labradorite person, this person, remembering them? Oh, my chair's noisy. Strength. How, this is the King of Pentacles, but I'm going to turn it sideways. It's the Muse of Materials in this deck. I'm just going to go ahead and translate into typical traditional tarot, because Muse is, changes the suits and the royals. What is happening? How is labradorite 2's person remembering them? 2 of Wands. Remembering them. Oh, another king. King of Wands. Okay, so basically, this person is remembering you in a really wonderful light. They're remembering you as a powerful force, really. You've got the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands here. Like, they think you're the shit. Like, they remember you as being like really on top of it all. And I just feel called to say in that very moment, like, maybe there were issues with, you know, comparing themselves to you. I don't know. Two of Wands, you know, speaking about knowing what you want, and, you know, knowing what you want. And like, I just think that they may remember, you know, that you weren't on the same page. It doesn't change the fact that they remember you as being really incredible, really, really a powerful, incredible force, I think. They remember you as somebody who really goes after what you want, and you being someone who really knows what you want. Whereas again, I get this feeling that like they weren't the same. Like they didn't feel, it's not that they didn't feel the same about you. They think you're rad. It's just that they don't feel the same conviction in life that you feel, the same sort of like power and the same sort of like courage and strength that you feel. They remember you as a real force, is what I'm getting. Don't mind my accidental flips. Labradorite, two's person, how they remember. We have the Page of Swords. How do they remember? Labradorite, Two of Cups. How do they remember? Labradorite, Four of Swords. So it seems to me like they're remembering you as a fairly direct communicator. You know, somebody who maybe you asked them straight up, and I get that it may have been in text or messaging. You may have just asked them straight up, like some very direct questions, or you may have been, even if it wasn't text or messages, like even if it was with your voices on the phone or in person, they remember you coming direct, you know, like just being like, all cards on the table is what I feel. And I think they are remembering that you needed to know where you stood, and they weren't able to tell you what you may have liked to hear. That they remember how they really needed to think about their words more. You know, they weren't as they didn't come as quickly, like maybe they had to process more of their thoughts of their feelings and thoughts into words. Like it didn't come as easily or as naturally, and I'm kind of stumbling, so that definitely makes sense. I'm gonna grab this lapis lazuli. Oh wow, and this Septarian, I got the right stones out for this one. Okay. Yeah, they're remembering just like your way and your manner, and what you needed and what you wanted, and how they weren't necessarily like up to speed on being able to convey with such like certainty, like you know. Labradorite's person, how do they remember Labradorite? We have a Five of Wands. How are they remembering? The High Priestess. Get that feeling again of them just feeling like you're really powerful and you're really like, you know things, you know, like the High Priestess does. Like you have a strong intuition and you know things, and you're like this sort of like mysterious force. Like that's all I get. I think they're really intimidated by you. And the Five of Wands tells me they're just remembering some kind of boundary issues between you. And they're remembering Ten of Wands, just how heavy it felt to be able to step up to where you are and to communicate the way you do. Like how much of a like sore spot that was for them, I think. And the World, they're remembering how the whole entirety of it, you know, like they're remembering the beginning, the middle, and the end. They're remembering all of it, the good and the bad. They're remembering really too, like how it was more amazing than not. I want to look at each of these a little more closely. Tell me more about this Five of Wands. Tell me more about this Five of Wands energy and how labradorite's person is remembering them with this Five of Wands. Hanged Man. Yeah, they got, pardon the phrase, but they got hung up on this sort of on the boundary issues. Like maybe I just saw like you know, like you know how like a crab like will duck into a hole in the sand or a shell or whatever they're in, and just kind of like hide. Like I feel like they got a bit like hung up on like I feel like if you know you're really direct and communicative and a real force and a real like intimidating force at that, like they were just sort of like like shrieking in your presence and in your attention in a way. And I think it just really put them in this like weird position for them, like this weird sort of like uncomfortable position where it forced them to kind of look at, you know, parts of themselves that aren't as powerful as yours, and like parts of them that they just weren't comfortable necessarily opening. And more about this High Priestess, please. How Labradorite number 2's person is remembering them, especially with this High Priestess card. And I have the Moon. Yeah. They see you as someone who is deeply intuitive, and they're very confused by how you know what you know. Like they're very sort of like wonderstruck by what this like mystical nature that they see you having. They remember you this way. They remember being confused by just how much you know, like how sort of worldly and ethereal you are at the same time. Like you just seem to be like a wellspring of information, and they're just like, how in the world? They're really kind of confused by that and struck by it. Moonstruck, if you will. Moon. Sorry, it's been a long day. And more specifically, this Ten of Wands. How's Labradorite's person remembering Labradorite with this Ten of Wands? 2. Ten of Wands, yeah. They're remembering how much you could really balance a lot of things going on in life. Like, you seem to be able to handle stuff coming from every direction, and you seem just very like healed, and you seem like you're on a path toward healing. And whereas they were sort of like overwhelmed and felt a little burdened by this idea of like opening themselves up and trying to step up to where you are, and like they just aren't, they remember you two as not being able to handle everything in life in the same way. Like, maybe you have a large gap in experience, and I would say age, but that's not always relevant, but like experience. So maybe they're seeing you know, the situation as like you are just so much more equipped and healed and balanced, and it's really shown a light on, you know, just really compared to you, you know, what they're not ready for, you know. This labradorite's person, tell me how they're remembering labradorite number 2, especially relating to this world. And we have the Knight of Cups. They're remembering how romantic and sweet you were to them. They're remembering how you really offered them everything. And they're not understanding, like, you know, why you would want to, like, with them. Like, they don't really feel like a proper recipient to your wonderful gestures, you know. Like, I feel that, you know, they think back over the whole thing, and you did so many wonderful things for them. You were so expressive and romantic and sweet, and they just like never felt really like able to accept all that because they weren't in the same healed place as you, and they haven't, you know, learned to be in relationship like you have. That's just what I'm getting. I can't remember all the questions I asked in the last one. I'm just going, you know, I'm winging it. Let's see. Tell me a specific memory. A specific memory. The labradorite's person holds on to. The Tower. They remember the end. They remember the devastation. Like, I think what happened is, even though they weren't like fully awake within the connection, it feels like, I feel like when they finally let go and you were really gone, they were like standing alone, like, wow, what have I done? Like, I believe that in the wake of the ending, it's really forced them to sort of like have this quite different perspective. Like, I think they thought it would be different to move on from you than it has been, and they're just really remembering a specific memory that I asked for. Is like, they're remembering the end and how it felt, and I think it just really shattered everything. Like, it shattered. I think they had, you know, hopes that, you know, things could be peaceful. They have a lot of respect for you, but I feel like maybe you didn't take it well, and they were completely discombobulated by that, like completely rocked by this what it was to lose you, and in that final episode between you, something took them kind of by surprise in a way, and really just broke them down. Like, you probably didn't even see it. I think they were kind of shocked. And another memory, specific memory that labradorite's person holds. And this is the Page of Emotions. So I think that this person remembers some of the specific sweet things you said that made them feel cared for and attractive. I think that they remember the words, they remember you saying them, and it could be writing, but I feel like you said some things in whatever way you said them. I feel like you said some things to this person that they specifically hold on to, and they just, like, maybe you complimented certain features of theirs or qualities of their personality that they're holding on to this very specific memory of something you said to them, or some sort of affection and attraction that you expressed that just made them feel so good and so nice, and they really carry that in their heart and hold on to it. Okay. I'm gonna get one more of these, I think. What's one last thing labradorite number 2 should know about what their person, how their person remembers them? The Magician. They remember you as someone who's going to be okay no matter what. And I think all in all, they think they will be too. But I think that they just remember you as being magical. I mean, it's the Magician, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but like they really do look at you as like a very magical creature, and they know that you're gonna do better, and they think that they remember you as somebody who is just capable of anything, like sky's the limit, you know. And they genuinely just feel like they should get out of your way, and you know, you can do it that way you need to. But okay, so let's get into some more lyrics, because they're fun. Psychic radio is fun. I would make them into cards, but I'm sure there are copyright laws. What's on the psychic radio? How is labradorite's person, number 2 lab's person, remembering labradorite? Take me to your river, I want to go. That's Leon Bridges. It's a beautiful song. Labradorite's person is remembering them. You don't know my name, Alicia Keys. How labradorite person is remembering them. You can't always get what you want. I believe that's I don't remember the name of the song, but it's the Rolling Stones. What? Shh, don't tell anybody. Did I forget a Stone song? Just the title, whatever, I can hear it. So let's look at these lyrics. You want me to forget, pretend we never met. I think that might be how you're feeling, but because you may have been confused about how this person could just let you go if you're so amazing. But take me to your river, I want to go just really speaks of, like, at some point, I think in this connection, just a getting lost in it, in the flow of it with each other. Like, it feels deep and passionate and very sensual. And you don't know my name, Alicia Keys, you know, she's got this crush, and she just doesn't feel like they really see her or know her. And the thing is, I really feel like, even though you, I believe, have given this person a lot, I can see it here because they remember it. Even though I feel like you've been very sweet with them and given them a lot, they just don't, this is just, you know, reiterates to me that they don't feel on your level. Like, they don't understand how you can really see them. And they feel, I think, that maybe that you don't see them for who they really are for some reason, because how could you? Because they don't even know who they really are, is what I'm getting from this. And then you can't always get what you want. Like, I think they feel like it's kind of unfortunate. It's really bad timing in a way. Like, I think that they remember you, and and sadly, I hear this kind of like punishment feeling, like this is what I get. Like, I lose someone like this because I like am a piece of shit. Like, that's the kind of feeling I get. I think that this person has probably beaten themselves up a bit about not being able to receive your wonderfulness, because you're wonderful and you are good to them. So like, maybe they just really feel like they can't like there's something wrong with them, you know, and like that they're gonna have to learn all these lessons to advance to a place where you are. So the last thing I'd like to do is get 2 of these cards, just to help me look at more of the energy of how they remember you. Put it right there. How's labradorite person remembering their connection? Gratitude. How is labradorite's person remembering their connection? Law of intention. Okay. So this person is very much remembering you with gratitude, and you probably aren't fully aware of that. You might not be. Well, I don't know, if you're a high priestess, you might be. But I think they really feel grateful for the time that you spent together, and they really feel that they were lucky. And as far as law of intention, they feel they have to be more intentional about the way they move through life now, because they were inspired by you to that degree. They know that they're going to continue to lose beautiful possibilities with people if they don't get their shit right and like work on their stuff. And I think that you know, that's how they're remembering you in this. And so it's in a good way, and it's in a useful, helpful way. And that doesn't help you if it hurt you, but like it should, you know, because I don't think it's you. I think they see you as amazing. So this is what I have for you for this reading, and I hope it was helpful. I hope it answered some questions, and let me know, and I hope I see you again. Thank you. Hey there to number 3. I just realized that you're group 3, and I matched you with the God of the Threes tarot, El Dios de los Tres. Did my Spanish get better since the intro? Anyway, I don't know. So maybe 3 is significant to you. But I didn't even realize I did that, honestly. Yeah. So you have the lemon quartz, which is just, I mean, lemon quartz is lovely. They're all lovely. I love them all. I wanted to show you your lyrics, which I've already forgotten because that was a long time ago, it feels like. And it may just kind of strike a chord and feel right and make you know for sure that this is definitely your reading. You should pay close attention, or, you know, not. You can just watch it unfold, and we'll get more lyrics later. Okay. how they remember you. And we have just a second, we're not broken, just bent. And this is Pink with that band Fun, or the guy who sang in Fun. Just a second, we're not broken, just bent. Okay. You know if you know, right? Is that relevant to you? It speaks to me of a situation where one of you is doesn't want to give up on this yet, you know? Okay, let's get in here. Group 3 lemon quartz. How's the person remembering that? Group 3 lemon quartz. How's your person remembering you? How is lemon quartz's person remembering lemon quartz 3? I have the Empress. How is lemon quartz 3's person remembering them? Ace of Wands. How is lemon quartz's person, number 3, remembering them? We have Justice. How is number 3, lemon quartz's person remembering them? 6 of Cups. They're remembering you. Okay, so this is woo. We have the Empress and Justice, and we also have 6 of Cups, which is straight up nostalgia, and we have Ace of Wands, which is pretty awesome all the time. I love the Ace of Wands. So, you know, they are remembering you as beautiful, as unconditionally loving, as being someone who cares about, you know, doing the right thing and being fair. Obviously, that's Empress and Justice. Is almost too cheesy, like, for me to say it like that, but, like, you know, that's how they're remembering you. And those being majors, you have had a significant impact in this person's life. I feel they remember you in beauty and love, and they remember you in you know, just righteousness. Like, really, it's just being a good person, you know, a good, beautiful, loving person. And this Ace of Wands is, they're remembering this like burst of energy with you, like this burst of good feeling and this powerful kind of like inspired wave of intention, you know, like I don't know, like Ace of Wands, like it could also be sexual, but like you know, there's definitely like this really sparky energy that they hold you in their memory, that is just like very like direct and forward and wanting and like desirable. And then the 6 of Cups is just really, for me, like confirmation that you're on their mind, and probably currently on their mind. Like, that thinking of you and remembering you is something that is actively happening, actually. You know, it's not just how they remember you when they think of you. This person's thinking of you a lot, and they're remembering you. And, you know, that makes me feel that first lyric card, you know, like this is somebody who has not let go and is feeling, I dare say, hopeful. This lemon quartz is telling me it's hopeful. So let's get into another row. How is lemon quartz's person remembering them? We have the Fool. Lemon quartz's person is remembering them. 7 of Pentacles. They feel like you guys like set off on this adventure together, and they're remembering like just how it felt, like all of the stages that you had together, which could be short or long, like whatever it is, you know, whatever the details of your connection and relationship have been. They feel they very much like remember. Oh, sorry. I have a ringing in my ear, so I was just trying to listen in case there's something coming in. I think they're remembering feeling that you two were really gonna take off and go places, and really maybe you even planned travel together, or events together in the future that didn't come or haven't come yet. Like maybe these were plans that the date hasn't come yet, but I get this sense that they remember all this potential and these hopes and ideas about what it would be like with you, like what it would be like to, they were imagining ahead of time, you know, like they were imagining the process of, they were kind of, I think, looking forward to a lot with you, if that makes sense. How are they remembering you? How is lemon quartz's number 3? How are they remembering? And I have the 3 of Cups. They remember so many good times. They remember good times. They remember the friendship beneath your you know, beneath it all, like just how good it felt to be with you, how much fun you had. Maybe you did fun things together. I kind of get the sense that there were a lot of laughs, perhaps comedy, like watching funny shows, funny movies, or even comedy, like stand-up and stuff. Like there, I do get this feeling of like, you know, feeling like you were best friends. They remember you as being just fun and just really positive and looking forward. How is lemon quartz's person remembering them? The World. That goes with this Fool here. They're just really remembering their ideas of what would happen between you. I think they probably like had some dreams or fantasies about a future with you, and I think they remember those. They remember like what they had hoped for and what they were seeking to do with you. Nine of Cups. They're remembering just how taken care of they felt, how happy you made them, just a lot of good times and a lot of sweet joy. I don't know why I said sweet joy, but I think it's this lemon quartz making me say sweet joy. I think that there was just, they're remembering wanting to savor that feeling for a long time. They're remembering consciously wanting that, like what it was like to feel like, oh yeah, this is good, and I like it a lot. They're remembering just being stoked, you know. Lemon quartz memories. Oops. How is lemon quartz remembering? Number 3. This is the Page of Wands. They feel like they remember you as like this really curious and interesting person, you know, like whatever you're into, they were like, that's so cool, you know what I mean? They remember you as being someone who wants to know and learn and do and be like so much, like really wide-eyed and excited, and that was contagious, you know. They remembered that about you. How's the gorgeous person remembering that? The High Priestess. This came up in the last one too, and I think that they just remember you as somebody who is really in touch with who you are. They're remembering you as someone who has a lot of experience, and you know, even with this Page of Wands, which is a little more I don't want to say naive, but a little more youthful and curious. There's also this side of you that is very like knowledgeable and like experienced, you know, like you've got like this wondrous joy of this youthful vitality, and at the same time this like wisdom and experience that makes you kind of like just well-rounded, you know. So I'm gonna look at these a little more closely, these last four. I don't know why, that's just what I did the first one and it stuck. 11 quartz, 3. How is this person remembering 11 quartz 3, especially with regard to this World card? The Tower. Oh, they're remembering just the upset of this. They're remembering the loss of everything that they thought was going to happen. They're remembering, you know, the moment, you know, we talk about a Tower moment. They're remembering the moment that they had to accept that that this isn't, you know, happening. And, you know, regardless of how that happened and what went down between you, it really shook them to have to see the truth, you know, to see that, you know, all of those hopes and dreams and ideas were not necessarily going to actually happen after all. And I think that they remember this in a kind of I mean, it's certainly a sad way, but I think that I get the feeling that they kind of hope the dust hasn't settled, and that maybe when it does, you could take another spin. I you know, I know that sounds weird, but like I think they're kind of hoping that, like I said, when the dust settles, that when that there can be clarity, and that you can maybe try again. How is Lemon Quartz's person feeling? Remembering them. Ooh, the words. Lemon Quartz is remembering them, especially with regard to this 9 of Cups. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. They remember, like, wanting to go for it with you. Like, I mean, I think I said that before, but really, like, this happiness and this sort of like wanting to savor this good feeling that you gave them. Like, they remember, I specifically think that they remember feeling like you guys should probably slow it down a little bit. Knight of Pentacles wants to go forward, but is a little more cautious and slow, a little more strategic. And I think that they're remembering how, you know, that feeling of wanting to just jump all in and be like blissfully happy. And yet, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, speaking of like that need to just maintain some balance and take care of your own, like implement some self-care on both your parts, and like this slow down, you know, and not go all in and go crazy. I think they felt like they could go crazy with you, and that was a little terrifying, to be honest. All right, and more specifically about this Page of Wands. Lemon Quartz, three's person. Remembering 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's that's the loss. Like they're compared to you. You know, when we spoke of your like inspired, inquisitive, totally like youthful vitality. And I'm not saying you're young, you could be, but like if you had like a young at heart kind of vibe about you, mixed with this very wise like high priestess vibe, like, but that part of you, like the Page of Wands that is like curious and interested and really wants to like kind of like do it all, like there was also, they're remembering this sort of like feeling like they couldn't maintain that kind of energy, like that they themselves didn't have that sort of fire burning within that you have, like that they were maybe not even like worthy of your affection in a way, but like that they had, you know, I want to say like their mind and possibly like demons actually like interfered with their ability to go for things like you do. Like they have this hesitance built in because they don't believe in themselves the way you do. They don't have the same confidence you do, basically. They're remembering that, like how you were confident and they lacked the level of confidence that you had. And Lemon Quartz, especially with regard to this high priestess, how are they remembering Lemon Quartz number 3? We have the Hierophant. Yeah, so like I would say that they remember you as being a really spiritual person. They remember you as like knowing who you are and knowing where you're going and being on a healing journey. They remember that that is a prominent feature in your personality and your life, and I think that that was also a bit intimidating to them because I think they feel more shallow than you. I don't feel that they felt as advanced as you, as evolved as you, as enlightened as you. Okay. Let me look at some very specific memories that this person holds of Lemon Quartz and number 3. Very specific memory. 2 of Cups. I think there was at least one moment between the two of you that felt so right, so incredibly right, that they remember it. They remember this moment, and it's going to vary from situation to situation and people, but I get that they remember this moment between you constantly. It weighs on them. Like I feel in this moment that you had together, I don't know where you were or what you were doing because that's situational, but there was a moment that they're holding a memory, a specific memory of a moment when the two of you were at peak union and bliss. Like, it could involve sex, I'll just say that, but it was just a time that everything felt like it had lined up perfectly. And I have a feeling this was a little earlier on, depends on the length of what you did. They felt, in that brief moment, I feel they felt the, like, the eyes of the gods on you. You know what I mean? I say the gods because whatever, it depends on everything. But they really felt a moment of divinity with you, like of this real connectedness, just a connection that I don't believe had felt before. And it gave them a lot of hope, and they felt really lucky to have found you. And they were just really swimming in this feeling of like getting lost in that moment with you. I don't know how long the moment lasted. It could have been an entire, day or evening, or just a few minutes, or an hour. Like, I don't know. But I do feel this, like I say, just this moment between you of like complete oneness and union, and just like being totally like inside each other in a way. Like, and I do, for some of you, I believe that it will it may be a sex thing. Yeah, and I don't know much more than that because, general. But and another very specific memory that this person holds about living quartz 3. And we have the Magician. I think there was a moment, and again, it's another memory. There's a specific memory of I get this image of the two of you, like, sitting, oh, did I just move that? Like, sitting across a table from each other, and it was a moment that where when they, it was you got moments. They're memories, they're moments. There was this feeling that they had of, it was almost like out of body experience, where they were just like, am I really here with this person? Like, here in this memory, they knew they were there with you, and they felt like I said, like you were inside each other, like total union, right? Like, so much so that it makes me think that for a lot of people, this was a sexual encounter, that you had a specific sexual memory. But this one is more like a date, or a dinner, or a coffee, or a bar, like something where you're like sitting across from each other, and they were just kind of in awe of you, and kind of like having like this out of body, like I said, this out of body experience, where they're just like a little just in awe of you, and really just not even sure how they got there, and like what they were doing there, and if they were really there. And I don't, you may know of this time. They probably didn't tell you about it, but like you may remember such a thing happening between you, where they might have felt this way. And I think it's a memory that they hold on to, like this feeling of like being with you that felt unreal and almost tricky, like magician tricky, like it's a magician card. So like, yeah, like almost like too good to be true, and like, could they really even believe that you were really into them? is what I get. All right, I'm gonna just get one more from this deck about what you need to know about how they remember you. What should number 3 living quartz know about how this person remembers them? The Hanged Man. So what you need to know is that when it comes to thinking of you, which I believe they're doing quite a bit of, and remembering you, they're stuck. They're still stuck in it. They're stuck in their memories of you. They don't know what to do. They're just looking at your whole history together differently now. And I'm inclined to say it's and even, you know, they've seen you this way and they remember you this way. And I think this is all some of the things that I've talked about here, some of these beautiful ways that they see you, because this is all very nice. I believe that they weren't quite aware of it all while it was happening, like what it would be to give it up, you know? Like I said over here, like the realization of letting you go feels like the dumbest move. Like I just got this, like, I don't know what it's from, like a movie or a TV show or something where somebody's like hitting his head going, stupid, stupid, stupid. I don't know if that even happened, but that's what I saw. Like someone just being like, what the fuck did I do? Like I had this, did I really have all that? What? So like, I think at this point, this person feels very stuck in memories of you. And that's what you got going on here, which really, you know, still resonates with this. I think that this is a person, I don't remember where it was, but I remember saying, or at least thinking about, you know, them hoping you could give it another go. Oh yeah, it was, oh, it's under there somewhere. Oh, it was this one. It was the tower. I was talking about it. I remember because there's these dice. And I was thinking about, you know, them remembering what you had and kind of hoping that you'll get another shot. So let me pull out the psychic radio and let's take a look at how they remember you with lyric. How does lemon quartz's person remember them? What's on the psychic radio? I swear to God, I never fall in love, then you showed up and I can't get enough. Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, I do get the sense that this is a person who was really overwhelmed with how rad you were, and it may have been so overwhelming that it had to, they pulled back and fucked up, but I say fucked up, but whatever. I think that you took them by surprise. They could not, I don't remember where it was, but like, oh, here, they couldn't believe their kind of luck that you would even like them that much, and like, and that they could have these big feelings. And I think those feelings overwhelm them. But at any rate, I think they remember you as, you know, just really taking them by storm, like really just throwing their heart and emotions into like overdrive, where they were just like, oh my God. And I think there was probably a period, like especially close to this Two of Cups, where I was talking about this like real connectedness and this real feeling of union, and probably sexual. Like I think that is related to that in their memory. How does this person remember lemon quartz number 3? Uh-oh, I dropped one. And I'm going to pick it up, but I want to go ahead and just do this. But I am going to give you the one that fell on the floor. I don't always. Oh. I want to pick that one up because of the way it went across my hand. We'll see what it is. It's just a feeling. All right. It's on the psychic radio for living quartzes. You abandoned me, love don't live here anymore, which is I can't remember the original artist, but Mary J. Blige and Madonna have done that song, and I do know that it's really just, it just is this feeling of loss, and I don't really get the sense that you abandoned them so much. I think they screwed up, but maybe you did. But they're feeling the loss. They're feeling the loss. But here's what came on the floor. I found it hard to find someone like you, which is from a Doja Cat song, Streets. I found it hard to find someone like you. Yeah, you are, in their mind, different from anything they've experienced before. I mean, that was pretty evident with that page in that High Priestess. Like they're like, how can you be all these complicated, contrary, beautiful things? You know, how can I even be sitting here with you, in awe of you? How could I even experience this with someone like you? I found it hard to find someone like you. Yeah, so that's lovely. And perhaps one of these songs is relevant to your connection, or you know it, or the lyrics, even if you don't know it. All right, I got 2 more cards for you, and we're just looking at messages about how they remember this connection. How does Lemon Quartz number 3 remember this connection? Sorry about my obnoxious dog. How does Lemon Quartz number 3's person remember this connection? How are they remembering this connection? Law of free will. How are they remembering this connection? Source. Okay, so I think here we're seeing that there's a bit of, I think there's a bit of them having to, basically, they made their bed and they have to lie in it kind of vibe, like with the free will. I don't know if they've not been held accountable before, but like there's this feeling of them, I can't help but feel there's this feeling of that they screwed up, and like they know that, and I think they're kind of beating themselves up over it, and I think they wish things could be different, and they're hoping, especially with the source card here, I think they're hoping that somehow you can come together again, but you know, they're very much aware that they might have like really just ruined everything and screwed up. I think they're remembering this connection as something that they weren't prepared for, and maybe made some wrong choices along the way, wrong for them now looking back, because they can't get you out of their minds. But they're also like, I get this vibe that, you know, they're finally feeling like they have to be responsible for the choices they made, and how I think they I think they feel they owe you an apology, and they may actually want to like beg for forgiveness for whatever they've done. Like it feels very desperate, and I feel like they're remembering this connection as just the most divine connection they've ever experienced. Like, I think your spirituality and your like just this amazing like culmination of awesomeness that you are, it was just like kind of blinding to them. Like, they're just like, what? How do you exist, right? So like, I think that's how they remember the connection between you, as just like this opportunity to connect with their own, higher self, which I kind of get the feeling they really hadn't spent much time thinking about. Like, I think they wanted to, but it feels kind of superficial and shallow. Like, I don't think this person, like, maybe they've done some yoga, like maybe they know some things, but like I don't think they've really gone within too deeply, and they saw you as someone who could be a real guide in that sort of way, and that's how they remember this connection, is like an opportunity to have grown themselves. And I think that they're very much worried about you know if they can't discern that when they're in it and know what they've got when before it's gone and before it's too late, then how are they ever going to be okay? Like, I think they're a little bit struggling about that. But anyway, that's where we are, and I hope this provided some answers for you about how this person remembers you, and I hope you will come back. Thanks so much.